guys, as you can tell from the title of this video, I got my period. I feel so bad today. I am in my yoga pants and my slippers. We haven't left the house yet. I'm not wearing any makeup. That's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about kind of what happened yesterday just to kind of get all this stuff off my chest. So remember in my last video that I just posted, I said that I had not gotten my period yet, but I was waiting to get my period. I filmed that video like mid-October and now it's the beginning of November. So I thought I was gonna get my period, didn't get it. Now it's November 2nd and I got my period. This is kind of weird because when I did have a normal cycle, like way back in the day, I used to get my period at the end of every month and this one came at the beginning of the month. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if this is like a permanent thing. Now I always get my period at the beginning of the month. I don't know if this is like regular yet or if I'm gonna have like a bunch of weird crazy periods before it starts to get regular. I don't know what's going on. So I wanna like backtrack a little bit and talk about what happened yesterday. So yesterday was a shit show. Excuse my language, I don't even know how else to describe it. It sucked. I wanted to film a video. I wanted to film the controversial parenting tag. But so I set up the camera, I got ready, and then every time I tried to film the video, Olivia was like attacking the tripod, or she was screaming, or she was throwing things. So I was like, okay, well all I want to do today is film a video. So if I can't do that video, then I'm going to do a baby wearing video. I put her in the Tula to start filming the video, and every time I talked, she would start screaming over me. I had to give up on that. Then we had to go pick up Michael from work and take him to the dentist. I had to stop at the ATM on the way there, and the ATM wouldn't accept the money that I was giving it. It kept spitting the money back out. So I was like, screw it, I don't have time for this. So I went and I picked up Michael, we went to the dentist. It took an hour and a half for them to do basically nothing. Olivia fell asleep in the car finally on the way there, so she slept. We walked into the doctor's office or the dentist's office or whatever it was, and the receptionist lady just starts yelling. She's like, "Hi, how are you?" And I'm like, oh my God, like I have a sleeping baby. And I just didn't like her at all from like the moment I walked in. Oh, the other thing is there's like a Quest Labs that's right there and I need to go get a blood test done. So I walked in and I was like, do you guys take walk-ins? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, cool, I'm gonna run home and grab the form that I need and come back. And I was like, I'll be back in like 20, 30 minutes. And she's like, well, we close at 4 o'clock and it's 3:30. And I was like, crap. I can't even do like the one thing that I should do while I'm here. So we left the dentist's office and we decided to go to the outlet store to get Olivia like some toys, and because we had this gift card from her birthday, and they had this like tea set up on the shelf. So I'm like trying to get the tea set off the shelf because like I don't know where the other tea sets are. The only ones I see are on the shelf. And the lady walks over and she's like, well, we have a bunch of those in the front and we don't want you to hurt yourself, so stop taking the tea set off the shelf. And I'm like, hello, if you don't want me to take the tea set off the shelf, you shouldn't have it on the shelf in the first place. So we get home and everybody's like kind of cranky at this time. It's time to eat dinner. We eat dinner and then I give Olivia a bath, and normally every day I get like 1 to 2 hours to myself, like just to do stuff that I want to do. Michael usually takes Olivia and they play for a little while and I get to just like chill out. And all day long I was just feeling so agitated and I really couldn't figure out why. I was like really trying to like shake it off, like get myself out of this mood, you know, and like just be happy. And I was just pissed about everything. I was pissed at everyone. I didn't want to talk to anyone and I was mad. I couldn't figure out why I was feeling that way. I put on like some lavender essential oil, like trying to relax myself, and it wasn't working. So I finally got my time to myself and I was like, I can't even like function right now. Like I'm so worked up inside. I knew I needed to do something to take care of myself and just wind down. So I poured myself a big glass of wine. I jumped in the bathtub, I put a bunch of tea lights around me, I put some essential oil in the bath, and then I was super relaxed. So then I felt really good, but Olivia did not feel good. Michael was trying to get her to go to sleep because it was like past her bedtime, And he brought her into me and he was like, I think she needs to eat. I don't know what's going on. So I was trying to nurse her and she just kept crying. So I thought, well, maybe it's her teeth that are hurting her, but she wasn't doing any of the normal things that she does when her teeth hurt her. Like, she usually bites me when she's nursing, she chews on her hand, she pulls on her ears. She wasn't doing any of that stuff, so I couldn't really figure it out. And then in the middle of the night, it hit me. Her nose was stuffy and it was running. And so every time she would try to latch on to nurse, she couldn't breathe through her nose. So she would unlatch, and then she was frustrated because she was just tired and wanted to go to sleep. So she would just cry. And so, like, I don't even know how many times she woke up last night and just sat up and cried. It was probably like 5 or 6 times, and she cried for like 5 minutes each time. And poor Michael had to get up and go to work in the morning, so I probably should have gotten up and taken her into her room, but Olivia sleeps in the bed with us, so it's like when she has a bad night, everyone has a bad night. So, yeah, it wasn't until really early this morning that I finally got up and I was like, okay, I have to do something about this. So I gave her half a dose of infant Tylenol. I've never given her Tylenol before. It was the first time, like, opening it and trying to figure it out. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I give her the Tylenol. She was so sad. I mean, she just had this look on her face and she couldn't breathe out of her nose and her snot's like dripping down, and she doesn't want me to give her the Tylenol, so she's like closing her mouth. I gave it to her when she was crying because her mouth was open, but then she didn't close her mouth to drink it, so it was just like dribbling out of the side and like onto her shirt, and it was all sticky, and it was so sad. Like, it's kind of funny thinking about it now, but I felt so sad in like that moment. So I give her the Tylenol, I rock her a little bit, she starts to feel a little bit better, and finally she passes out. So we didn't wake up this morning until like after 10 o'clock. I think we did not get out of bed until probably closer to 11 because we both felt like crap. And when I stood up to get out of bed to take her to get the Tylenol, I felt like something run down my leg. And this is not abnormal because I've had TMI, I know, but we're talking about a period video here. I have a lot of like discharge at random times ever since I've had Olivia. I never knew if it was like from ovulation or just like excess fluid. I don't know. Yeah, it's gross, but like, it's not gross. It's normal. We all have this issue, ladies, so don't pretend that you don't. That was kind of a normal thing. Like, I wasn't wearing underwear, I was wearing pajama bottoms, and I kind of like felt it like trickle down my leg, but I was like, whatever, that's nothing, you know. And then I sat down to rock Olivia in her rocking chair, and I could feel stuff like coming out, and it wasn't stopping. So I was like, that's my period. I was like, I know what my period feels like, that's it. And I have had this thought before in the last 13 months, but lo and behold, I went to the bathroom, so much blood. Because I haven't had a period in 13 months. This is the first one since I've had a baby. So my body's like really clearing itself out down there. So yes, I got my period. And I know that that means that we can now conceive a baby. Maybe. I don't know if I'm ovulating. I don't know when I'm ovulating. I don't know if my periods are regular. But I did get a period, which means I'm one step closer to conceiving a baby. So there's this thing. There's this thing called, I think it's called natural child spacing, and I don't have a lot of information about it. I don't know a lot about it, but I've read like briefly what it is. And basically, like, if you have a baby and you nurse your baby on demand all the time exclusively, and you don't give your baby any solids, or you give them very small amounts of solids, you won't get a period. And this is like 98.3 or something. Don't quote me on that, but it's like 98% effective as far as birth control goes. And it's like one of the most effective forms of birth control, because no form of birth control, aside from abstinence, is 100% effective. It worked for me. I breastfed exclusively on demand all day long, all night long for 13 months. Actually, we introduced solids around 6 months, so I lied. I got lucky enough to not get a period and until now. So I consider this like nature's way of making sure you don't have too many really young babies before you're ready for it. And I don't know why some people get their periods sooner when they're exclusively breastfeeding and why some people don't get them for a lot longer. Some people can go like 2 years without a period if they still breastfeed. I just have faith in nature and I have faith in my body, and I think that you don't get to have a period until you're ready to have another baby. I think it's nature's way of saying like, you can't do this again yet. And I really felt that way until like now. And so in my heart and in my mind, I know that the next baby will come when it's time for the next baby to come. Just like Olivia came when it was time for her to come. I just have faith that that's what happens. That's how nature works. I probably couldn't have handled getting pregnant like 2 months after Olivia was born. It wouldn't have been a very good thing for me at all. Also, I was really traumatized by the pain of her birth because I had a natural birth. But aside from that part of it, I think like mentally and physically and emotionally, I wasn't prepared to be raising 2 babies at one time. But right now, getting my period like just confirmed to me that I am ready. I can do this. I can grow my family. I can have another baby. I can give Olivia a sibling, and that is what I want to do. So, like I said, I have faith in my body. I have to talk to my husband, but I don't think we're going to be using any sort of birth control. I think we are going to let nature take its course from now on. I'm not going to track my ovulation. I'm not going to try to get pregnant. I'm not going to like look at my calendar, anything like that. We're just gonna let nature do what nature's gonna do. And if it takes 6 months for me to get pregnant, fantastic. If I get pregnant next week, fantastic. Whenever it happens is when it's meant to happen. So that's my update. That was my shitty yesterday, and I couldn't figure out why, but now I know why. And so today I'm tired. As tired can be. I have like cramps and back pain. Poor Olivia is sleeping in my bed because she can't breathe out of her nose because she's so sick. She's been sneezing snot bubbles everywhere all morning. So that's my update, you guys. I finally got to film a video. She's sleeping. I hope this turns out okay. I hope you guys like this video. I will be now filming our not trying to conceive journey. That is today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching and for not being grossed out by my normal bodily functions. But this is normal. This is real life. This is part of being a woman, and I don't think that we should be ashamed of it. And if you are, then you shouldn't be watching a video called I Got My Period. Have a wonderful day, you guys. I will see you in our next video. Bye.